Hi everybody, Mr. Boma from Mr. Boma's Balloons here. Please take a moment to click that subscribe button. It would really help me out a lot. Hi everybody, Mr. Boma from Mr. Boma's Balloons here. In this video, I'm going to be teaching you how to make Hello Kitty. Now, Hello Kitty was a design that I resisted making for a long time. I would just tell kids either I don't know how to do it or I don't have the right balloons to make it. And most Hello Kitty designs that you see out there are made with a heart. And you just draw the face on the heart, draw the bow on there. I didn't really like that. And then there's also this is using a larger heart, like a 9 or 11 inch, that's underinflated. That gives it a little bit of shape here for the ear where the lobe is. The face is still drawn on, and the bow is attached with a raisin. So I think this is a little better. The shape is better. But if your drawing's as bad as mine, you can see why I don't like doing this. And so I wanted a different way of doing Hello Kitty. Well, Qualitex then came out with these pre-printed balloons. And these are cool for something like putting on a headband or putting on a wristband, maybe on a wand. But I don't really like using pre-prints for characters unless like I'm doing line work or something like that. And then yeah, I'll go ahead and I'll slap the preprint on there for the line work design. But I wanted something that didn't have the face just drawn on a heart. I wanted the face made out of balloons. So this is what I've come up with. This is a variation of my koala design. And so you can see it's got the 2 bubbles in the center and then a loop that goes around. It takes 2 white, 1 whatever color you want for the dress, a little bit of black for the eyes, a little bit of yellow for the nose, and a little bit of something for the bow. You can do pink or red or whatever you like for the bow. You can use 260s here, or you can use 160s. So the 260s, it's a little bit more difficult to get small bubbles, so your bubbles may turn out a little bit larger than if you use the 160s. I've used a 160 for the bow on each of these, but you can use 260. So it's 3 full balloons and 3 scraps, so that's not too much. It's not a line work design. It's but it can be done at a party or it can be done at a restaurant. So it's not nearly as quick as slapping on, you know, the pre-print or anything like that. But I think it elevates it by making it all out of balloon. In the tutorial, I'm going to be using light blue instead of white because I think this shows up better on camera. Okay, but you definitely will want to use white because it's Hello Kitty and she is white. All right, so grab your balloons and let's get started. Okay, I have 2 white 260s. I have a wild berry 260. I'm going to use this for the dress. You can make the dress whatever color you'd like. I've got a black for the eyes. You could use 160 or 260 here. You're going to be making very small bubbles, so that's often easier with a 160. I'm going to use a yellow 160 for the nose. Again, you can use a 260 if you want. You're going to be making a very small bubble. A 160 might be easier. I've got a pink 160 for the bow. You can use 260 if you like. It's up to you. Okay, so I am going to substitute out, for the sake of this tutorial, I'm going to use light blue instead of white. And the only reason for that is that the white doesn't show up very well on camera. It gets very washed out. Okay, so taking the wild berry and the blue in my case, white in your case, I'm going to inflate this halfway, maybe just a little less than halfway. And with the wild berry, inflate it just a bit more, just past halfway. Starting with the wild berry, I'm going to do a 4-finger bubble. With the white or blue, I'm going to do a 3-finger bubble. So your white should be a little shorter than your wildberry. Okay, I'm going to make the dress now. So I'm going to come down, matching my bubbles. I'm going to make 4 loop twists. 1, 2, they should be about the same size. 3, 4, and then I'm going to go back up and down. Up and down. And then break off the rest. If you make the body a little shorter and the loops a little smaller, you can do 5 loops instead of 4, but 4 is just fine. All right, let's make her head. So, matching bubbles. Okay, I want a bubble that matches. There we go. That's good enough. I'm going to make a very small, very soft bubble there. Okay, so that's like 1 finger and it's squishy. I'm going to make a pinch twist. Okay, now I'm going to come back down to the bottom of the head. So another matching bubble. And back up to the top of the head. So this side that has the pinch twist, this is going to be the back of her head. So the side with the pinch twist will be the back of her head. The side without the pinch twist will be the front of her head. This will be the front of her face. With the rest of this, we are going to make her ears. So I'm going to come up about 3 fingers. I'm going to come down so that it's somewhere near the middle of her head. And then I'm going to put a pinch twist. I'm going to twist that a bunch of times so that it doesn't come undone. Now I'm going to take the rest of this, I'm going to shove it through her head, between the front and the back of the head. So that's one reason for that bubble there. That's a kind of a spacer bubble. Gives a little bit of a gap, makes it easier for shoving this through. It's not the only reason it's there, but that's one reason it's there. Pull that through. Okay, I want to pull this down. Okay, so the pinch twist is about halfway. If you can see that, it's about halfway, maybe a little past halfway. This is coming out the other side, about halfway down, maybe a little bit past halfway. I'm going to put a twist there, twist it several times, and then pinch twist. Now make an ear on this side that matches that side. So this was a little more than 4 fingers. Like that. Like that. Okay, so there are the ears. Break off the rest of this. If you want, you can just tie it in on the back. Break it off. Okay, so here's what we have in the back so far. Here's what we have from the front so far. We will take our next white, or in my case blue. I'm going to fill this about halfway-ish. I'm going to start with a little tiny bubble there for the thumb, and then a big pinch twist for the hand. So that's her hand and her thumb. I'm going to give this a little squeeze to make the bubble soft. So a nice soft bubble there. And I'm going to attach this joint at her neck. And then it's going to get shoved between the front of the body and the back of the body. Now I'm going to make a loop that goes around the head. Like that. A loop that goes around the head. Now that's not going to stay in place very well. When we get the eyes and the ribbon or the bow on there, those will help hold it in place. Okay, I'm going to make the other arm. So try and make the bubble for the arm match, make it the same length. And then a large pinch twist for the hand. And a small bubble for the thumb. Break off the rest. And save this, we're going to use it for her feet. Alright, let's go ahead and do the face. You know what, let's finish off the white. We might as well, we've got it here. It's only a couple of small little bubbles. Literally, that's all it is. Take that, tie it in at her skirt. Make one small bubble for one foot. Make another small bubble for the other foot, and wrap this back in to her skirt. Break off the rest. So, looking from the bottom, this is her skirt and her feet sticking out the bottom. Super easy. Okay, now let's do the eyes. Just put a little bit of air in your black balloon. We want to make a very, very small bubble. Okay, that's a little too small. Okay, so that's like really a one-finger bubble. And I let it go. Okay, so very, very small bubble. I'm going to squeeze the air down to give myself some slack here, and then I'm going to tie end to end. Okay. And then cut off the excess here. Clean that up. Okay, squeeze the air down a little more. We want some slack in the center here. Twist that. And then I want to make a matching bubble. Pretty good. Again, this is actually easier with a 160 to get really small bubbles. The reason that I'm not using a 160 is that 160s don't like to stay tied. At least I haven't been able to figure out how to do it to get them to stay tied. Okay. Another small bubble. Break this off. Again, tie end to end. Trim that off. Okay, so here I have the eyes. I'm going to take these, I'm going to shove them through the head like I did with the ears. So the loop is out of the way. Push that through. Now I'm going to take the loop, I'm going to put the loop back over the head and put the eyes through. Pull that eye through. Pull that eye through. There we go. Beautiful. Okay. Now I'm going to take my yellow for the nose. I want an extra long nozzle on this, so I'm going to twist that off like that. I want my nose to be about the same size as my eyes, so I think about like that. Just a touch smaller. Okay. And I want an extra long end on the other side as well. And tie end to end. End to end. Okay, now what I'm going to do with these parts here, the two ends, I'm going to shove them through the face. I'm going to take one, pull them out the back. I'm going to take one up to the top, and I'm going to take the other to the bottom. Putting one through up to the top, take the other through, and down to the bottom. And that helps to hold the nose in place so that it's not too high and not too low. If you just attach it to the bottom or the top, it starts creeping. So you'll end up with a nose that's way up there, or you'll end up with a nose that's way down there. So we want the nose in line with the bottom of the eyes. Okay. Now the loop still is not quite secure. It's still trying to come forward. So we're going to use our ribbon to help hold it. So take your pink balloon. And again, I want an extra long nozzle on here. Like that. Make a small loop twist. I got caught. There we go. Make a pinch twist. Make a small loop twist. Oh, my pinch twist came undone. And I want, again, extra long, so break this off down here, giving me extra long tail to work with. Okay, now one of these is going to go under the loop and to the back to the pinch twist. The other is going to go over the loop, through the ear, and to the pinch twist. So under the loop and straight back to the pinch twist. The other one over the loop, through the ear, and to the pinch twist. Okay, straighten that out. Okay. And that helps to hold that loop back. So we're almost done. We have one last thing to do, and that is draw on the whiskers. So one whisker from the top of the eye, one from the center of the eye, and one from the bottom of the eye. One from the top of the eye, center of the eye, bottom of the eye. All right, so that's it. I hope you like it. I hope you can get some use out of it. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.